We need some new blood, but not like this. Not like this. This is not how you do it. Andrew Yang goes on CNN to talk about his new political party. Apparently, he got grilled by Jim Acosta.
And let me ask you about your new Forward Party, because you say it's an attempt to appeal to what you say is the moderate, common sense majority. It's also the same name as your book. Is this an attempt to pump up book sales?
Why do I want Nancy Pelosi to retire, Mandy? Because she's old as well. Like I complain about the baby boomers, and I don't think she's a baby boomer. I think she's the generation before baby boomers. I think Biden is the generation before baby. That's how antiquated our leadership is currently. Like the average age in thriving democracies is like 35, 40 for your leadership. But not like Andrew Yang. Not like Andrew Yang.
Well, I'd have to say this would be a pretty silly way to go about it, given that we have co-founded a national party that now has tens of thousands of Americans signed up, co-chaired by former governor of New Jersey, Christine Todd Whitman. And the fact is 62% of Americans
But are you
want
just
a
promoting
third party.
yourself, I guess what I'm asking is, are you just out there promoting yourself with this?
Again, Jim, there are, as you can...
I don't believe in any fucking political party that doesn't have a office in most districts that's running candidates on the local level. You're bullshit. You're bullshit.
Easily imagine there are hundreds of better ways to go about promoting a book than starting a political party to do so. I mean, I'm building this party because 62% of Americans want it. We're more polarized than ever. And the fact is the two parties have divvied up the country so that 79 to 90% of races are uncompetitive. Most of the people watching this right now aren't even living under a two-party system. They're living under one party.
Yes, you are correct.
Veteran Democratic strategist James Carville about what he thought of the Forward Party.
Ooh, this should be fun.
Let's listen to that.
I think in a nation awash in really stupid ideas, this stands out as a really stupid idea. Ralph Nader basically elected,
and he would know a stupid idea. And hey, I was asked about this on an interview the other day about third parties, and I mentioned Ralph Nader, like fucking Ralph Nader. If you do not know, Ralph Nader might be one of the greatest Americans to ever live. Ralph Nader is the reason why a lot of the shit that you purchase from stores is safe. A lot of the cars you buy are safe because of Ralph fucking Nader. It is amazing the million ways he's had an impact on your life. If you're an American, clearly warlord, not you. But Ralph Nader is an absolute American hero, but I don't know, going back, it's not like I supported Nader in 2000, but I don't know that, knowing what I know now, I definitely wouldn't have supported Nader, and I would have been supportive of Gore. Absolutely, Sky Comet. There's nothing wrong with being affiliated with a party. I would like to be part of the DSA, but there ain't no fucking DSA here. Fucking Ralph Nader is amazing. However, I don't know that his candidacy, of all the great things that he's done for this country, I don't know that his candidacy wasn't a bad thing that he did for the country. However, he doesn't deserve the bullshit fucking James Carville. He doesn't deserve the bullshit that James Carville throws on him. I didn't know that Bernie didn't like Ralph Nader. That was news to me.
Jill Stein basically elected Donald Trump in 2016.
That's not true.
And the only possible thing this could do is bleed some moderate Republicans off of voting for whoever the Democratic nominee is. This thing is going nowhere. It's vanity. Look at me. It's performance art.
What's your response to that, Andrew? Is this, hey, look at me?
I thought he said he look at me, like a Michael Jackson, like he.
which is not where our focus is at all. Our focus is on the 506,000 locally elected officials, school board members, city council members, mayors, county executives.
I don't believe it.
Again, in the majority of the country, 70% of these races are uncompetitive or uncontested. The American people want real choice. We want to provide
but
it
people
to
obviously
them
worry.
in their towns and communities and
Those,
where they
those
live.
lower level races are obviously important. But people worry about another 2016 scenario where a third-party candidate like Jill Stein or Gary Johnson costs Hillary Clinton the election. Don't you think that putting yourself...
I hate the idea that Jill Stein or Gary Johnson cost Hillary Clinton the election. It's just absurd. You don't know that they would have voted for Hillary Clinton. I would think in that election a third party vote would be more than likely to vote for a Trump. I would say that third parties siphoned off more votes from Trump than from Hillary Clinton. And also, no candidate is entitled to anybody's vote. I don't care how existential a threat you feel the other candidate is. You are not entitled to a person's vote. You've got to earn it. And let me tell you, fucking the idea that Bernie cost Hillary Clinton in 2016 is just absolutely absurd when Bernie Sanders did more to campaign for Hillary Clinton in the Midwest than Hillary Clinton did.
Out there putting this party out there as an alternative that appeals to some moderate Republicans could potentially throw the race to Donald Trump, put Donald Trump back in the White House. Is that what you want?
I'm the co-chair of an anti-extremist party. I ran against Trump. So I don't plan on doing anything that's going to increase Trump's odds. But again, 62%
Why not run as a
of
Democrat
Americans
again?
want a third party. And we are looking right now at a competitive U.S. Senate race as one example, where you have an independent Evan McMullin running neck and neck with a Trump-endorsed incumbent in an environment
But the Democratic
that,
Party
frankly,
in Utah,
the
Democratic Party out in Utah got behind Evan McMullin. Andrew, why not run again as a Democrat? If you want to be president, run again as a Democrat.
Oh, he wouldn't be president as a Democrat.
I haven't made any conclusions about 2024 except for the fact that the United States...
Andrew Yang, if he wanted to be president, would probably do best to fucking run as a Republican. To be honest with you. Just saying, if you really want to be president, the Republican ticket is probably your best bet, sir.
States needs a unifying positive third-party movement because we're getting increasingly polarized. And if it's not Trump, it's going to be a successor to Trump because this system is uniquely vulnerable to authoritarianism. You have a two-party system.
But I can hear
in
the
a
folks
country
over
that
at the White
88% of
House,
people think
President
are on the wrong
Biden
track.
has had
We just
Republican...
need a better system.
But President Biden, I can hear Democrats over at the White House saying President Biden has had Republican support on a number of agenda items. He is trying to work in a bipartisan fashion. Why not try to support...
Yeah, Biden is the compromise. I want a true leftist party.
I support attempts to cross the aisle, but we can all see that 7 out of 10 of the...
What Andrew Yang is describing is exactly what Biden is. This amalgamation of the two parties, some meat in between fucking shit of what should be a leftist party. That's what Biden is. A center-right fucking politician.
Republicans that bravely voted to impeach Trump.
Ranked choice voting now. I love it. Andrew Yang, if you want to actually see third parties succeed, fucking ranked choice voting it's not an end all be all, but it is a great step in the right direction for getting third parties elected. Focus on that. Make that a campaign. But don't start your own fucking stupid ass party and run for president. No. If you believe in what you say you believe in, do that. Do that instead.
January comes along, and the moderate population in both parties is unfortunately dwindling quickly. So the political incentives end
That's
up
not true either.
Disproportionately empowering the 10% of extremes on both sides.
But you're going to have
and
to
that
come up
has
with policy
really
positions.
negative results.
Right,
we
but
just
Andrew...
need a better system.
Yeah, but Andrew, you're going to have policy positions at some point.
I'm trying to get you a Maynard. He's not in here very often, but also he's not wanting to come to me.
Well, I personally think that women's reproductive rights are fundamental human rights, but the Forward Party has not left or right, but forward stance on even the most divisive and contentious issues.
Well, what does
because
that
there's
mean?
a
Don't you have to
common-sense
take a position
majority
on something?
View
Don't you have to take a
most all
position on
of-
something? You can't just say, well, this is a hot button issue, so I'm not going to take a position on it. You know, if you want to run the country, you're going to have to make some hard decisions, Andrew.
Again, the Forward Party is about that common sense consensus.
Oh, Smokey was the one that was missing, and yeah, we got Smokey.
Abortion, it's clear.
What about
I can get you a Smokey. Yeah, I want to go back and hear that. Hold on, let me get you a Smokey. Here's your Smokey, baby. Doc's chilling right there. Trying to get a Maynard, because Maynard, since we've been here, Maynard's kind of like he's drifting away from me. He's drifting away from me. Yeah, I don't know what the compromise, but on the issue of abortion, Roe was the compromise. I don't know what he's talking about.
And the moderate population in both parties is unfortunately dwindling quickly. So the political incentives end up disproportionately empowering the 10% of extremes on both sides.
But you're going to have
and
to
that
come up
has
with policy
really
positions.
negative results.
Right,
we
but
just
Andrew,
need a better system.
Yeah, but Andrew, you're going to have policy positions at some point. How does the Forward Party feel about Roe versus Wade? Should it have been overturned?
Well, I personally think that women's reproductive rights are fundamental human rights, but the Forward Party has not left or right, but forward stance on even the most divisive and contentious.
You can't take that stance. You can't take that stance. You can't say, I believe this is a fundamental right, but then I'm going to be in a party that compromises on this. It's stupid. It's absolutely ignorant. Stop being ignorant.
Don't you have to take a position on something? Don't you
on
have to take a
most all
position on
of-
something? You can't just say, well, this is a hot button issue, so I'm not going to take a position on it. You know, if you want to run the country, you're going to have to make some hard decisions, Andrew.
Again, the Forward Party is about that common sense consensus majority view, which is very clear on abortion. It's clear.
What about
on
guns? What about
It's
assault
clear
weapons?
On climate change. It's actually clear on just about every issue under the sun.
Should 18-year-olds
And
be
we're
able
not
to buy
getting progress on any of those
AR-15s?
issues because of the nature of our system.
It is clear on all of those issues, and it is to the left of the Democratic Party. The position of the majority of people in this country are not in between the Democratic Party and Republican Party, but are to the left of the Democratic Party. I assure you, sir.
Should 18-year-olds be able to buy AR-15s?
Again, the common sense consensus majority is that there should be some rules around background checks and access to firearms, but we're not getting any of
Wow.
because the two-party system does not need to deliver.
But it doesn't sound
any
like you're
meaningful
taking any
solution for
hard
the two
positions.
parties.
Yeah, what are the positions?
It sounds like you're sort of a fill-in-the-blank party. If somebody wants a party with no clear policy positions, you're it. But unfortunately, in the real world, you have to take a position on something.
Well, we're for the common sense consensus view on guns, abortion, climate change, but we're not getting a common sense consensus
what are those
result
positions?
on any of those things, Jim. And
Those
Americans
are just
smart
sort
enough to
of
reason
fuzzy,
why.
but
It's
those are
because
fuzzy.
You're not giving us a common sense position, asshole.
Common sense, middle of the ground. That sounds wonderful.
Learn to feel embarrassment. Fuck.
That sounds great. But at the end of the day, don't you have to take a position on something?
Well, the great thing is the American people know where we want the country to go. And what we know that we need a more dynamic, truly representative system than we're getting right now, which is why the Forward Party is growing so quickly. Tens of thousands of Americans have signed up in all 50 states because we know that the two-party system...
Tens of thousands. Do you know there's like 350 million people in this fucking country, you stupid fuck?
Will you pledge to...
and you've got a percentage of a percent?
About where your money comes from?
Yeah, it's transparent for all to see. And the people that are bankrolling us are everyday Americans who are sending $10, $20, $30 because there's such an enormous appetite for change.
Any
and one of the things I tell people,
any corporate money coming in? Outside money, foreign money?
it's completely transparent for all to see. But I can say that our money has not been coming in from corporations. It's been coming in from everyday Americans who want something better for
and
us and our families.
You'll pledge to put that on a website, or if a news organization comes to you and says, we'd like to see this information, will you pledge to make that information available?
Well, Jim, I'm going to actually tell you, we don't have a choice. Like, we have to file every 3 months, so anyone who wants to see it can just check it out.
And finally, I guess, you know, it would be good to be able to get a clear answer from you on Donald Trump.
Do not
what is
sign up for Andrew Yang's party.
Candidate become president of the United States, or to make sure that Donald Trump stays out of the White House. Let me put the question this way. If you were a Forward Party candidate, let's say in 2024, and you are running the risk of drawing voters away from the Democratic Party candidate in a way that would put Trump back in the White House, would you pull back to avoid that situation from happening?
Well, Jim, the truth is that you could resolve this particular issue very, very straightforwardly by adopting something called ranked choice voting.
Sky, well, at least he's mentioning that. Sky comment: the Forward Party platform is we face forward, not backward. Always twirling, always twirling, always twirling. I'm sorry, I just misquoted Simpsons badly. It's literally the platform, though. It's literally it's the Kodos platform, I think. Pulls up another instance of Andrew Yang here.
Let me ask you about your new Forward Party. Because
shut up, Jim Acosta. I fucked that up.
My fellow Americans, as a young boy, I dreamed of being a baseball. But tonight I say we must move forward, not backward, upward, not forward, and always twirling, twirling, twirling towards freedom.
There you go. That is the Forward Party platform.
As a young boy, I dreamed of being a baseball. But tonight I say we must move forward, not backward, upward, not forward, and always twirling, twirling, twirling towards freedom.
So there you go. That's Andrew Yang.
Which would enable people to vote for anyone they want, and then if their number one choice doesn't win, then their second choice would get their vote. But the truth is that neither Democrats nor Republicans really want to solve for what you're calling the spoiler effect, because they're more about limiting the choices of the American people.
Me too, Ray. And I said this to my buddy last night. I'm like, there's now more bad episodes than there are good episodes of The Simpsons. And he's like, no way. And I'm like, dude, you've got 12 good seasons. 7 of those are gold. Yeah, that was Bill Clinton. That was from the Treehouse of Horror episode. Kang and Kodos come down and they take the bodies of Bill Clinton and Bob Dole. Nobody believes Homer because he's soaked in rum. Sure, Rummy. They do have decent episodes, but like it's nowhere near what it was in its heyday. There are more bad episodes than there are good episodes of The Simpsons now. And that's sad. It's really sad. I wish it had ended at like season 15, season 16. I thought that when the movie came out, that was like a perfect time. Like the movie should have put an exclamation point on the show. Leave it at that. See, the movie was the perfect ending point.